Welcome back to the LuxeGen Group Chat. On this week's episode, we discuss JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes' relationship.
There obviously has been moments that I've watched it and thought, I would never touch my girlfriends like this.
Yeah.
Like,
Is this season of You going to let us down?
they've taken inspo from Game of Thrones and learned how to completely destroy an entire series.
Then we try and get our heads around this new travel hack that Gen Z is loving.
Say you want to go to Hong Kong,
Yeah.
but the flight to Hong Kong is really expensive.
Okay.
You'll buy the ticket to Australia and get off at the layover.
And finally, we play a game with Joe where he tells us all of the stories behind his TikToks.
The panic of having a tripod in your pocket and having to whack it out for Christina Aguilera is just like crazy.
It's a good one. Enjoy. All right. Well, welcome back to the LuxeGen Group Chat. Daisy and I are joined by Joe Bags today, a returner.
Hi.
Thanks
you
for
having
coming
me
back.
Thank you for having me back.
So good to have you back. And we're in the new pod set now.
Exactly.
This
We
is
say new.
gorgeous.
It's not new at all for us, but for you, because obviously last time it was upstairs. And
Yeah.
It was,
It's like a restaurant.
Is it?
It's really nice and I'm really hungry.
So are we, because you've brought your bloody dough ball bag, which actually, let's start with outfits and you can kick us off.
Yeah.
So this is the Pizza Express and AGRO studio collab, right?
So
with
cool.
the dough ball clutch.
And for those that are listening and not watching, obviously head to YouTube to actually see Joe's full fit. But it's giving like rugby chic.
Yeah, it's like a
With
football
a
shirt vibe.
bag of hemorrhoids. And then the trousers are like jeans of Bershka. And then just some white Air Force.
They are fresh.
Yeah, kind of box fresh vibes to just always whack on with an outfit. And that's me for today.
Pizza Express have done a few more accessories, haven't they?
I've got the socks. Not wearing them today. And then they've got a jacket, which was insane, but a bit spenny for me. I thought I can't warrant spending that on a Pizza Express jacket. Because I'd wear it to like one podcast and then, you know.
Love it.
I'm very impressed by it because I was just saying it's not like too on the nose. Like you wouldn't necessarily know it's Pizza Express, but then you do on the side. It's got a cute little bag.
The waiters and waitresses, they wear those colours, don't they? No, they wear the colours.
They do. There are shorts as well. But fun fact, the people that designed this also did Gaga's Coachella dances as well. So because when
really cool.
I tagged them in my story and they said, watch out for Gaga's dances at Coachella. And I was like, the gag. The gag.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right,
So
Sap,
cool.
what are you wearing today? You look gorge.
Thank you. I'm in my trusty Source Unknown jacket. I think this is just a Uniqlo tee. And then these are actually Stella McCartney. And then the shoes are Zara.
Very nice.
How about you, Days?
Rag and Bone barn jacket, Cos white tee, Zara linens. The linens are finally out.
So ready.
The
The
linens
striped
are
trousers and the linens.
And then these little silver ballet flats, which I think we actually have the same, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Cotton
Those are
on.
really cute. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You
what
wear
I'm wearing.
linens because you couldn't get into anything else
Oh,
tighter.
honestly, guys, I ran the marathon 2 days ago and I cannot walk.
We need to talk about it.
The
Daisy, you smashed it. Everyone who ran the marathon, congratulations. We were saying earlier, people are normalising this a bit too much.
I know.
know.
It was the most emotional day. Like I sobbed and sobbed, like happy tears.
Yeah.
Like people have the most insane stories. There were
Yeah.
people running like barefoot, but also
That's
it was
wild.
boiling. So people were collapsing. There were paramedics. Like it was very.
People die.
Yeah.
Like
They can
doing the
do.
marathon, they can do.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
not just
It's
like
not
a
normal.
5K.
No, it's not. It's not a casual thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a serious
And I
thing.
think people were pushing themselves to the limits, which is
Yeah.
scary. But it just goes to show like humans can do incredible things.
Yeah.
And also with so much shit going on in the world, that was a day I felt so proud to be
Yeah.
like British.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
was screaming, cheering. I don't know if you saw on TikTok, there was this viral video of one bloke coming down the escalators wearing his medal. and everyone
I
was
did see
cheering
that.
him.
It was really cute.
It was so wholesome. Whereas normally everyone's like in a bad mood, doesn't even want to talk to you.
I just don't know if I've got it in me. I'd love to do
Joe,
it. It's on
you-
the bucket list
Joe,
to
you
do.
just sign up to the
Yeah.
ballot because it's like you're probably more likely to win the lottery now. But
Right,
at
okay.
least if you're in it to win it.
Okay, cool. I'll sign up. It's like Glasgow, isn't it? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, just give it a go
Are you
and
going
see.
to Glasgow?
Well, I haven't got tickets. If someone wants to take me,
Yeah.
then I would love to go.
All of us.
I've never been. Have you guys been?
No, we haven't. We're in the same kind of boat. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully.
One day.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope so one day. It looks really fun. But Coachella,
I was going to say, you were just at Coachella.
yeah, which was a lot. I feel like that's glamorized, okay?
Okay.
Really?
It's hot. It's dusty. Like, it's fun. And I
It is
can't
the desert.
complain. Like, I literally had an artist pass. However, it was really, really hot. And then the first day I had this long sleeve tight, like, meshy outfit on. And I stepped out and I thought, immediate regret. Immediate regret, yeah.
What were the highlights though?
Gaga's set was the best thing I've ever seen.
I've never felt so much FOMO than watching all of those on TikTok. I was like, I just can't.
Yeah, I cried like
Did
the
you?
entire. I had to put my sunglasses on. Came was like, why are your glasses on? I said, I'm crying again. And then that, and then obviously seeing like Lord, Troy, everyone that came out with Charlie was amazing. And Megan's set was phenomenal.
Really?
But she got cut off at the end. So it was really weird because she could still hear the music and they were still dancing, but it was just like, and we were all just watching. Yeah.
Why? Because everything was running over? Or?
Yeah, she ran over by like 2 minutes. And
That
then
is so
They
savage.
just shut down.
And they need to set up a Post Malone, like,
All right,
bore
you
off.
can wait.
And then there's loads of celebs there, which is fun. So it's kind of a bit more celeb spotty
Spotting.
than
Does it
the
just feel like
UK.
you are? I mean, you also did have an artist pass, but were you just like amongst?
Well, yeah, I wanted to run over after a couple of Prosecco's. and be
Yeah,
like, oh my
I hope you
God.
did.
Who'd
But
you see?
you just don't feel like you can. The guy from White Lotus this series who does that thing with his brother.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
Patrick Schwartz.
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger,
saw like him, basically like every US influencer there. Big fan of Bretman Rock, and I kept seeing him like every day and thinking, I just want to go say hi.
cool.
I was on a hunt for Julia Fox. And I didn't find her, which is so sad. And someone I know saw her and was like, oh, she was just over there. That was my dream. Alex Kansani was just strutting around. Incredible.
Met her at Fashion Awards.
Right,
Did
you've both
you?
seen
So
her.
cool.
Oh, you
Gorgeous.
So cool.
Ethereal. Amazing.
Yeah.
But also her personality is just such a vibe.
She's just she's so quick with it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything she says, you're like, just so cool.
Also, public service announcement. Did you see Sapna on the Kardashians?
No.
Guys, I still can't even speak about it
Stop
without like
it.
wanting to tear up.
Tell me more.
Okay. So I interviewed Chloe, and when I was there, they were like, "Can we mic you up, like just in case we want to use a bit of footage or whatever?" And like there were like 10 other people there, so I was like, "This
Right.
is not going to make
And
it."
this was for
in.
context. This was on was it a weekend?
It was on a weekend, but I was like, "It's a Kardashian. I'll be there on the weekend. I will
Yeah.
work on the weekend, whatever." So did the interview. Like it was good chat, but it wasn't anything that was like, "I'll make it into the Kardashians." With it.
full screen, Sapna, bang.
Fast forward to like last month, and I'm on it. I made it in. Like out of the 10 people that were there, it was just me and my face and us having conversations.
Sorry, that's like career
I
defining.
know.
And it was for quite a while.
Yeah.
Like, how long was
it?
the-
Kept going back and forth between us. I was like, I'm saying nothing. I'm literally like,
I'd keep screaming at the TV. That's amazing.
I know. It's literally the biggest pinch me.
It's
ever.
the coolest thing ever.
Before we get into the next segment, here is a reminder to please subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast and vodcast. We are a vodcast, so don't forget you can watch us on Spotify or anywhere else and YouTube as well. Moving on to our hot list quickly because I want to speak about Chloe. I just saw that she is doing a new show with Hulu. I think it's called like Behind Calabasas or something like that. A spin-off of the Kardashians.
A Kardashian spin-off.
But I don't know if they're in it. I think it's maybe everyone else in Calabasas. I don't know.
She doesn't leave the house.
That's what I mean. I think that's how it got like...
How much? What,
what's it gonna
what's
be?
going to go on?
Well, you're all
I love
talking
that.
about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's got the pod, hasn't she, as
Yes,
well?
the new pot. Have you listened to it?
I haven't actually.
I haven't yet either,
Not
but I
yet.
feel like it'd be really good.
Yeah, I can imagine so. She's up there with my fave, like
Yeah.
her and Kim, really.
Yeah.
I could leave Courtney, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I love the Lemmy like gummies.
I just...
So actually, keep her too.
Well, I just keep hearing that the sleep ones are actually really good, and I really want to get my hands on them.
I've used the Lemmy D bloats so
there's
many
one.
times.
There's one that tastes banging.
Really? I've also got the Lemmy Chill, but I'm a bit like,
yes, yeah.
will it chill me out too? I don't want to have it at work and be like,
Yeah.
I think it's worth trying.
yeah.
Well, there's Lemmy Purr,
Oh, yeah?
which
That's
I
like the
haven't
sexy one,
used.
right?
Yeah, the sexy one.
Yeah.
I
We'll
haven't
report
used
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know.
How's your drink?
It's good. So basically at the moment, so I sold all the cocktails, which was great. And then I'm doing a Prosecco. So I'm actually in the taste testing phase and I've got some coming to my house tomorrow.
That's so
So I'm going to be drunk tomorrow.
Oh my god, so that's like the dream, isn't it? You're taste testing.
Cocktails and Prosecco.
Yeah.
I know.
And you could be like, no, needs a little bit more this,
Yeah,
a little bit more that.
And I want to do it before introducing it to my mum because I know she will just drink whatever and not give me any notes. She'll be like, yeah, I love this one. I'll be like, that's your third bottle. So yeah, no, just doing that at the minute because the dream was always to do a Prosecco.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to do the cocktails just as a bit of fun, basically.
And what flavours were you doing?
So I did spicy marg, which honestly tasted like picante vibes, and then a Cosmo with pink gin, which was lovely, and then also a daiquiri. So kind of like porn starry vibe. It's passion fruit daiquiri, but yeah, they're really nice, really strong, 12%.
Ideal.
3 of those.
Oh, send you on your way.
Yeah, they're great. Good before like a karaoke night
Yeah.
when you need that
Perfect.
confidence, you know.
Well, you
So,
must send it when the Prosecco's all
Yeah, we
signed
need
and
to.
sealed.
I'll
get
send you a
send
crate.
it our way.
Please.
We can have some on the pod.
Yeah.
100%. They won't be as strong, I promise.
So Coachella, what else have you been up to? You did some bits with Big Brother, wasn't it?
Yes, so we got back from LA at 10 a.m. in the morning. I went home, had a 45-minute power nap. I felt dreadful. You know, like the jet lag bit where you're just trying to make it through that one specific like hour. I was dreadful. And then I got in a car, went to Big Brother Late and Live, did like the roving reporter thing, which was really fun. Interviewed Trisha Goddard and then literally was on Lorraine like 6 hours later.
I saw
So
Lorraine.
cool.
So
Wait,
then
that was
the-
all like, post LA?
I did this 2 weeks in a row. And then off the back of that, I met Tiffany Pollard and then got her onto my podcast, which was like another early record. So I was just on vibes that week. That might explain why my voice is croaky. And then the week after, I did the same thing. I did Big Brother Late and Live again. And then I interviewed Patsy Palmer and Ella Ray Wise and Angelica, like all together, which, as you can imagine, is a lot to interview because they were all on different vibes. Like, one of them's pissed off they're out, the other can't wait to see their kids. You know what I mean? So that was fun. And then the next morning I did Lorraine, but I did it live, like my first live thing. So
What was that like?
It was, so I really enjoyed it. It's just such a different like skill set in this job
You've
than
got to
anything I've done
really think
before.
ahead what you're going to say.
And you only have that. You have that time slot, right?
So I blocked it through like 3 times and I felt bad for the people, the extras at the side, because I thought, guys, this is the first time I've done this. I'm going to get it right. But really fun. It was weird getting used to having a countdown in your ear too.
Oh, you've got someone telling you things.
So yeah, so I was chatting to them in the studio, but then you've got a countdown, and that's a skill that is quite unique, especially when you're speaking about something like I was speaking about bowel cancer, and it's obviously quite a serious topic, so you don't want to cut anyone off. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun.
So, and in your ear, they'll be okay in 5.
It's just like 30 seconds left, and you're like,
time to wrap it up now.
but you just got to like smile through it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So fingers crossed more of that. Like I've been on Lorraine quite a few times. I love her.
Incredible.
She's phenomenal. Like growing up watching her, so it's a dream come true for me.
You're smashing it. I remember when we last had you on the pod, you were doing like 10 pods that week.
Oh
and I feel
God,
like
do you remember
you
that?
are such a grafter. I love it.
Oh my God. I remember that
Yeah,
so
you had
well.
10 pods.
Yeah, and I sat there with you guys and I was like, I don't know what I've got left to talk about. I love podcasts and I love my own and I love listening to them. So whenever I've got an opportunity to be invited on as a guest, like absolutely I'm going to do it.
So obviously Big Brother, what are your thoughts on everything going on at the moment with
It's
JoJo
been a
Siwa?
lot, hasn't
You've met
it?
her.
Yeah, I have.
God, yes, I remember.
I met her last summer and she's lovely.
So cool.
What do I think? So I will stand by what I thought at the start, but so much is happening day by day. My opinion's like this.
Yeah. Well, I've not watched it.
No, I'm just watching it through TikTok.
Tell me.
Sure.
Tell me.
Where Chris and Kem had that bromancy style relationship, I think that's what they had and have. It's just this platonic thing. But I think where it's like a queer woman and a straight man, as an audience, like the general public, we're not used to seeing that representation, and therefore a bit like, are they just fucking?
Yeah.
But like there obviously has been moments that I've watched it and thought I would never touch my girlfriends like this. Like I would not have my back scratched in bed.
Yeah,
and,
it's the stroke. It's the more like sensitive side of it all.
Yeah.
That I'm a bit like, is this crossing a line slightly?
I know, but I think Chris, he's so passionate and lovable, and like that is his personality.
Yeah, and he's quite. I think they both really understood each other in the house. The other thing that is problematic is the fact that she did have a partner the whole time.
Yeah,
and apparently they were in. I didn't realize you can have comms with the outside world.
I didn't know this.
I think there were video messages.
Oh, okay, fine.
So I think that was still.
And
that relationship, and there was still a lot of love you so much, can't wait to see you on the outside, that kind of thing.
And that's difficult because I think anyone, like it would have been hard to watch. If Kane was in there in Big Brother and that was happening, best believe I would be setting fire to those two. That Big Brother eye would be on fire and I would be storming it. I also think, like devil's advocate as well in the whole situation, is that she's grown up in the spotlight. Every bit of her career has been like micromanaged.
Yeah.
And I think that to go in there and just not have a phone and not have, I know you've got appearances to keep up, but it's very different. I think good on you if you're coming out and you've made a friend and whatever.
For sure.
You know?
And she is so young as well. Like she needed someone in there to maybe like look after her a bit and like, have as a friend.
And there was that awful, what's his name? Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How he wasn't removed, I have no idea.
It was a crazy booking because we all understood why he was there, but I don't think they understood how bad it would be. Do you know what I mean? And of course, Sharon Osbourne last series was great at coming out with the opinions which are a bit different to what we'd all expect to hear on an ITV show. But yeah, Mickey Rourke was just different level, I think. I couldn't have lived with him. All that mess with the cases. So
well, I
basically,
only saw it all through TikTok.
he just dumped his cases down and fell asleep on the sofa in the living room. And then they were like, we're taking your cases, you've got to unpack them. And so JoJo had to unpack all of his stuff whilst he was asleep.
Diva.
I mean, kind of rate that.
But speaking of TV, have you guys seen the new Black Mirror series?
Yes.
It's wild.
How fucking good. I've been waiting.
It's amazing.
So good.
And my favourite release like kind of in the last couple of weeks. Have you watched You?
Yes, I
I've just started it.
Guys, it's so bad.
Oh no, really?
Okay,
This is what I've been fearing.
What are they?
Okay.
Season
Watched the
7
first-
now? Is it? Because I kind of tailed off last season.
This is the last
as well.
season.
This is the last season.
I watched the first 2 and I was like, what's happening? And then I was like, but it's so good. I love it. Like, I love the idea of it. Surely it's getting better. Just
The
Yeah.
first few
Is it not?
seasons were unreal.
Weren't they? And I think they should have ended it on a high with the last
Last
season.
season.
They've taken inspo from Game of Thrones and learned how to completely destroy
it, yeah.
an entire series in the last few episodes.
no.
The acting is so bad. Like,
I'm
but
not
it's
gonna
only a
bother.
certain
I'm not
couple of
gonna
individuals,
bother.
which I won't name call out, but it's bad.
Okay.
And it's at points giving Bridgerton.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm like, you're living in New York what with these accents.
So
it's
you're
a
going to
lot.
carry on?
I'm going to have to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a childhood thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you're growing up
You've
watching
got
it,
to
you need to finish it.
I need to know what happens to in the end.
Yeah, I won't give you the spoiler because I
Shame.
saw it on TikTok. But
Oh no.
but Black Mirror, phenomenal.
Yes. Unbelievable.
So out of the episodes, what were your favourites?
I haven't watched all of them, but the one where Netflix aired 2 different versions
Oh,
to people.
yes,
Did you hear about
Benoit.
that? Yeah, with
That's
Maria.
the one that has the Mandela.
Yeah, there's a woman called Maria, and she basically has a partner who used to work at this fast food chain called
Right.
Bernie's, but Netflix aired 2 different episodes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you might have seen a different one to me, which was
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
so like mad.
Because so within the episode they had.
Oh my
the
God, yeah, I love
Mandela
that one.
effect.
I love that one.
On the hat, which he wore when he worked there, it
yeah.
said Bernie's, but then she obviously was like, it's
yeah.
Barney's.
Yeah.
But then they did it in real life as
But
well.
the
and had
ending
the
was
2.
camp with
Oh
that.
my God, yes, it was.
So camp. And I love the space one.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
And that's a continuation. I like it when they have things that come
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing. What's the word that they use in every single Juniper? Have you noticed in
Yeah.
every episode there's Juniper Drive, there's Juniper this, Juniper that? I was like,
Interesting.
well, obviously I know they do like have
Yeah.
Easter eggs and stuff, but I was
Yeah,
like, why am
yeah.
I hearing this word so much? For a short
I
period
just
of
love
time?
it when they play with the audience like that. I
Yeah.
think it's so
Yeah.
clever.
really
And I
cool.
think the first one, the ending with, you know the one I'm talking about?
one?
The common people.
The one where they start to read out the ads.
Yeah, where she's got like a
Feels like-
subscription plan
yeah.
for her brain. Yeah.
That was a horrific end. I remember sitting there with a cane and going, I think we need to watch a cartoon or something. Lighten the mood. Because that was really sad. Yeah.
That was mad.
They are both like comedians as well. So I was like, oh, it's going to be like a funny, like whatever.
Yeah.
Even though it's a bit deep, it's going to be funny. And then the end was like, oh,
Yeah.
no,
like,
that's a bit
going to
depressing.
cry myself to sleep.
Yeah.
There's some good TV at the moment.
There really
There
is.
is.
Amy Lou Wood recently called out SNL for their parody skit of her in White Lotus. Did you guys see?
Yeah.
Did, yeah.
The White Lotus skit, I was watching it and I was like, okay, whatever. And then that bit came up and I was like, they just take it too far sometimes. Like, I'm someone who loves comedy. I like people who can like be in on the joke, whatever. But I think it's when you're blatantly taking the piss out of someone, it goes into quite a nasty place and it's not funny for anyone. Like, I don't know who finds that funny.
Yeah, I think if she was there and was
Yeah.
fine with it, it would have been like
Yeah.
tongue in cheek. But I think that when it's about someone's appearance and, you know, the way they speak and things like
Yeah.
that, I think, well, that's not funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a
just
fine
cruel.
line.
Yeah, there is a fine line because obviously comedy is satire.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it could be a bit of compliment, but she was upset by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw some tea. You know the guy that her relationship in White Lotus?
Oh, yes.
And it seems like they don't talk, so they don't follow each other. And then
Yeah.
he commented on that skit being like,
So funny.
said something like so funny, really. So it's given that they didn't also get
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
which is tea, and I wonder why.
I know, because there were a few interviews where they both spoke about each other and like gave each other quite high praise, and then suddenly they unfollowed each other.
Press
and it was
tour's done. checks
Well, I
checks
suppose
cleared.
so, yeah.
Invoices. yeah.
Yeah, checks cleared. I don't give
Oh
a
my
fuck.
God. Well, it's just weird though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is strange unless something must have happened with that. It's also with these like these big acting jobs and stuff like that. It must be so intense to, you know, even the filming of it and then doing that press run with each other. Like
Yeah.
it's a very intense environment. So I can't even imagine what happens behind the scenes.
Well, especially with like when you are with a big cast, you're not going to get on with everyone.
No.
Yeah,
But you have to
totally.
pretend like you do in those. Like
Yeah.
you're on camera, you've got to be like, oh, I love when you said that, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you probably don't.
I say that about Big Brother as well.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, why don't they just like kumbaya, hold hands, whatever, in the garden? I'm thinking, you're not going to get on with everyone. I wouldn't get on with everyone, you know?
Not a chance.
And I think TV is going so the other way that it needs to kind of go back, and we want a few more Tiffany and Gemma spats.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. Like, I don't know if
Do
you...
you remember that?
Just like, just everything. Even on the Big Brother Late and Live panel with Tiffany, I don't know if you saw the clips on TikTok of how outrageous she was, but it was just incredible. Okay, there was a couple of things that probably,
Yeah.
near the mark shouldn't have said. But overall, and then apparently got like 1,000 Ofcom complaints.
Really?
And I just think she was just having a laugh. It's also passport shed, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I think
That's true, you're allowed to say anything you want.
I'm saying just let the girl go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we do need that back on TV. Hopefully this year's Love Island, because you were just saying it's coming back in June.
God, that's come around quick.
Yeah,
Hasn't
that's
it?
what I was just thinking. But hopefully it kind of goes back to those old days of it being like
I just
proper.
don't think it ever will, though.
I do think they'll probably go hard with the casting though this year, is what I'm thinking. I've seen so many rumours online. I definitely think they'll bring back an ex-Islander.
They have to now because they've done it 2 years in a row.
That was iconic, wasn't it?
I
With Joey.
know, a Joey, that was just wild. I think they'll do that. I think they'll, they always have like a Nepo baby in the Casa Amor. Like Ronan Keating's son or whatever it was. It's so random. They'll do that.
And like Gemma Owen and
and I've seen a lot about people saying that they'll have their first trans like female.
Yes, I've read about that. I've
contestant,
seen that.
which could go either way, and I hope that ITV, if they did that, were like really safe with the way they did it. But I also think it would be a slay if it happens. So I kind of am excited to see what happens this series. I just hope it's just not all meatheads, you know. Like I kind of want a bit more this series. But
And
we'll
it's
see.
just you're like your typical girl next door, guy next door. That I love them. Like they're just
like Kieran and Nicole last series. I love that. Like the Welsh couple did break up though. R.I.P.
yeah, that didn't last. Did it?
But it is like shows like Maths, for example, Married at First Sight, they seem to do casting really well, where they are genuinely normal people. They're not out there trying. Maybe they are in the end trying to be an influencer, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're quite normal, and like I wish they went back to that vibe for Love Island.
I actually think Maths is one of the last shows where the people just treat it like reality TV. Do you know what I mean? And that's, a lot of them do go back to their jobs afterwards.
Yeah.
However, some of the people from that show are the craziest I've ever
I've never
met.
They've
watched
got
it.
to be plants, because some of these people,
They must be.
They surely don't actually think and speak that way.
The way I was at a PLT party and two of them had a full-on fist fight,
Stop
like in front of
it.
16-year-old girls, was mind-blowing to me. Blazers were ripped, drinks were thrown. I've never seen anything like it.
Wild.
I know, and then they were going to have a Misfits match and then didn't. Just obscene.
Normal people.
I know, just normal people that want to fight. Do you know what I mean?
So we saw this new thing on TikTok called skip lagging. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, have you heard about it?
No.
Gen Zs are being so resourceful, right? So it's where people are booking a flight, the cheaper flight, which has a layover to get to the destination.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Describe
it's
that
like
right.
if you were going to Australia and your
Yeah.
stopover was in Hong Kong, you get off in Hong Kong and just go. But it's
No,
cheaper. Yes,
no.
it is.
If
It
you're
is.
going to Hong Kong, but
Oh.
you're going to Hong Kong, but the flight is to Australia.
Yeah.
But you get off at the layover.
What's that?
I think it
Guys,
says going to Australia.
I'm-
Anyway,
Oh, isn't it?
yeah.
I'm so lost.
Say
Yeah.
you want to go to Hong Kong,
Yeah.
but the flight to Hong Kong is really expensive.
Okay.
You'll buy the ticket to Australia and get off at the layover.
Which to me
Right.
sounds ridiculous, because surely it costs more to
No.
go further.
Sometimes not.
So this is like a travel hack thing.
Yeah.
It did,
And airlines
leave
are
the
pissed.
airport.
Yeah, just go.
But the risk in that is that your luggage might go all the way to Australia.
That's what I was thinking. Surely, how are you supposed to get off? How are they supposed to know that you've got off?
Because sometimes you
my
can get it
God,
off.
I've just understood it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I haven't had a coffee properly. Oh, I understand. That's so rogue. I totally agree. What about your luggage?
Yeah,
I
no-
do understand now, as I was explaining it, because obviously buying a direct flight is so much more expensive than doing a stopover.
Sorry, that's bizarre. That is,
Yeah.
and just leaving the airport. Luggage is the first thing that would be the worry.
No, you can get it off though sometimes in layovers. Like I had to do that recently.
Really?
I
Yeah.
flew to New York, had to get the suitcase off the plane, then recheck it into the next part of the
Right,
flight.
you've got to be
Really?
savvy with it. You've got to straight away go to that counter and be like, I've got off the plane, get my bag off as well.
So now the airlines have all these empty seats for the second leg of the,
Yeah.
of the flight.
But
It kind of makes sense though,
Yeah,
because
but-
technically it's not a bad thing if you're paying for the whole flight.
exactly, you're paying for that seat. So it's not like
Yeah.
it should go to someone else. You've paid for it.
Oh, I bet some boomers are going to be
Yeah.
like taking the
The
seats.
carriage.
yeah,
This
it's
is
Gen Z.
horrible.
Gen Z are so resourceful, aren't they?
Yeah, I love
That is
it.
very resourceful. I wonder who came up with that one.
know.
We love a scam.
We scam.
We
It's
love
gal
a scam.
maths.
It is. It's
It
not, man.
really is.
Unless
It
you
really
lose,
is.
unless your luggage ends
Yeah,
up all the way.
Then it's not, because how on earth are you going to get your luggage back from Australia?
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah.
Unless you just go hand luggage. That's probably what they're doing.
That's a good point. They probably are doing, because if you're only going,
But
somewhere
babe, who's going to
close-
Australia with hand luggage? Let's be real. That's red flag at the gate. They're going to be like, what is going on
No, but
here?
you're probably actually only trying to go to like Bali
Yeah.
with hand luggage, a couple of bikinis.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorted.
sorry, I'm not going to Bali with hand luggage. I can't go anywhere with hand luggage.
That's my like
Is it?
My green
to be
flag. I
honest,
can go
couldn't
everywhere with it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Really?
You know
the
I
trick?
can.
I know, but how?
You should plan all your
Linens,
outfits.
a lot of linens.
A lot of linens. It's the beauty.
You take so much
It's the
fucking
it's
stuff.
it's the shampoo. I need my full size shampoo and conditioner. Have you guys seen the new Kérastase campaign with Sydney Sweeney and Emrata?
I haven't.
Very cool.
It looks so cool. But basically the product, we've been going on about this product and this range for a while. The shampoo and conditioner and the oil, so freaking good.
Maybe I
Basically,
need
if you
that.
want like super glossy, silky hair, this is like the
It's
range
like
to know.
skincare for your hair.
I
Exactly.
need that because I look fried.
You do not, but everyone could do with a
You'd
bit
love
of
the
this.
gloss.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called the Gloss Absolute range. So there's a
Right.
shampoo, conditioner, a milk spray, and then this like oil. It's in this like amazing little like little bottle.
Yeah.
and like the droplet things.
Oh,
and
I've
you can literally
seen
just you could
those.
just do that, and it makes your hair just feel and look like so glossy and so amazing.
Okay, cute.
And you can get it on Look Fantastic.
Yeah,
Thanks for the rec. Yeah. Love that.
guys, Lord's back
Yes.
with a bang. Mm-hmm. The new song. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, why? What are you?
I'm just.
not a fan?
I liked Green Light.
Yes.
And then that remix with SZA
Yeah.
a few years back. I'm just not a crazy Lord fan.
Yeah.
I get it.
I appreciate, I understand. I'll whack it on the playlist, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say. After seeing the stomps at Coachella, I was like, someone's got a point to prove. And she really came back with a vengeance because, yeah.
I mean, her performance at Coachella was slightly underwhelming.
I didn't see it.
So she performed with Charlie XCX their song "Girls So Confusing," which is a great song.
Amazing.
That's brilliant.
Amazing song.
Amazing.
But I do think she might have been lip syncing, and
Just a tad.
It was just it's this weird persona she's put on, but she's always been a bit quirky. She's always been a bit different, a bit more
Yeah.
like tomboy. But it's gone a step further.
Let me put it this way. If I was going to pop up and do a surprise thing at Coachella, I probably wouldn't be wearing what she was wearing.
Yeah.
Just personally.
She looks just like she's
Even
some
a
handiwork around the house. That's
little
what she looks like.
diamante, even something, even a brooch.
Yeah.
Even a brooch. Like, come on. I was stood there in the crowd thinking, go
Yeah.
off, girl. I do like the video of the song though.
Yes,
I
it's a
think
cool concept.
It's fun. I
Yeah,
I
like
haven't
a,
seen the vid.
It's a bit raw. It's like following her around and like.
Yeah, it's like whacking an iPhone
Okay.
in a line bike.
Exactly.
Thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. I really like that. I think she's got a great voice. I think she's great. I just, yeah.
Did she pop up in New York? Was
Yes,
that-
in the middle. So yeah, in the middle of New
Oh,
York, she did like an
yeah.
impromptu sort of
I
thing.
rate
That was way
it.
better. The crowd there was definitely loving it a lot more than whatever was happening at Coachella.
Yeah.
Jessie J was in Oxford Circus yesterday.
Was she?
Yeah, doing the same
She's
thing.
got a new song coming. That's why, guys. No, okay. So you know
Was
how she
she?
has all those like no.
No.
You know how she has all those like silly ad libs that she does.
Yeah, yeah.
So she did a video, maybe it was with BuzzFeed or someone like that, where she was recreating all of them, and I've got to say, it was fucking funny.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
taking the piss out of herself.
I like it when an artist from back in the day can come back
Yeah.
and take the piss.
Yeah.
I actually really, really rate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's great. It's just, it always brings me back to when she sang on that plane. You not seen it?
I don't think I've
don't
seen
know.
it.
So she was singing on a plane. Just the
Oh, her
memes are
music
so
video?
funny. No,
No.
babe, like fully just
But
singing.
what song?
I can't remember the song, but
None
I
about
just
the money.
it was a lot, and I always think assault on the ears type of vibe. But I'm having my Gaga / Cowboy Carter
Yeah.
summer, so I'm finding it hard to have space,
Yeah.
to hold space for anything else at the
Space
moment.
for Jessie J. You know what? She could come back with an absolute banger. She could.
I hope she does.
I hope she does.
I hope she does.
What are we going to have this summer though? Who's it going to be?
It's feeling like a very nostalgic summer because we've got Lord, Beyonce's been here, but like she's back, and then for the tour, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it a Benson Boone summer? No.
I'm not like I think he's really cool and I like his TikTok stuff. I like his vibe and like what the stuff he does in concert, but I don't listen to his music.
Yeah. It's
But I
always
can
on the
just-
radio, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can respect it.
Katy Perry, I think, I don't know if you've seen the TikToks. I mean, I loved the start of this whole era, and now I'm just a bit like, what's going on?
There's just something, I've said it before, there's just something about her that just rubs me the wrong way.
I think I maybe would not have announced my set list in space when you literally are in space and then you're like, that was the bit for me where I thought, this is too much.
It's like, it would be if she was a bit more in on the taking the piss of her, but I
she's
think
not.
she's not aware that what she's
Yeah.
doing is slightly weird, but we'll see. We've got a game.
Hit me with the game.
Yeah, it's a quick one, so don't you
That's
worry.
all right.
The game is called Me and My TikTok, and we're going to ask you questions about your TikTok, basically.
Right.
Because you've got your TikTok's popping off.
Okay, I love
Every video
TikTok.
slaps. So, okay.
Yeah.
Which video gave you the most anxiety to film?
Actually, this segues really nicely from what we just spoke about. I did a TikTok with Katy Perry, but it was meant to be in like an air-conditioned room, one-on-one, whatever. And I was in these giant robotic legs and it was like the heat of summer. And all of a sudden they say, you've got to film this with no ring light on a stage in front of the whole room with no sound.
What?
And that was probably the hardest edit I've ever... And I got home and just had a complete breakdown.
Oh my God.
Because, they were just like, she's got to go to Ibiza later. So can you do it now?
Quickly.
And I thought, come on. So that gave me loads of anxiety to film.
So fair.
Turned out all right though. So
Well, that kind of is the same as the next one. Which video was the most out of your comfort zone?
I can't dance. So if I ever have to do something, maybe like for someone that involves a dance or for a brand or anything, I completely freeze up, paralyzed, can't do it.
Fair enough.
Fairs.
And that's just me. But would be a great journey for Strictly. So if any bookers are watching,
Yes, I would
get
love
Joe
on
to
Strictly.
would be a great 360. No, I think
I would
I'd fully
love to
crumble.
see you on
I would
Strictly.
as well.
Week 1 out, crumble.
You'd smash
I
it.
think
Your
you do well.
outfits would be...
They
Oh
would.
my God, but I'd tear it up with the outfits. Yeah.
Okay, which TikTok do you think would eat but completely flopped? I just can't imagine that any of yours would have flopped, to be honest.
Eat but flops. Do you know what? There's so many times throughout the last 3 years of doing it where I'd want to maybe start like a smaller segment of like trying something new, and then because your audience isn't used to it will flop straight away, but then it does get better.
Yeah.
And I think that's always a weird one because I love music but I don't talk about it much on TikTok. Do on Instagram, but I don't know if you've seen that Australian guy that lives in New York that does the music reviews. I met him at Coachella. I'm obsessed with him. His name's Sam. And he basically just does constant reviews of music or live gigs, and I would love to do stuff like that, but it will just like
Yeah,
flop
but
at
to
first.
start with.
But you gotta do it.
You've got to be you've got to keep doing it.
it's
People
test
get
and
used
learn,
to
isn't
stuff.
it?
Yeah, exactly. And I've got like a secondary account that I used to post clips from YouTube, and I might start using
Yeah,
that as
you
a bit more of
should.
like a rogue trial thing and seeing.
that.
Yeah.
What video was your biggest pinch me moment? I mean, you've had so many.
Biggest pinch me moment. I would genuinely say, and the video was I wasn't planning on recording, I really wanted to live in the moment, but when I met Gaga, I did like want to grab a picture, so I recorded that moment.
Yeah.
But that was just crazy. And then Kane has a video on his phone where she walks up to me, and you play in your head your whole life about when you meet your idol, what you would do, just complete froze. I was like,
And Kane got it on video.
and then Kane's just got like this little red head bobbing in front of me, and I'm just like, that was super pinch me. And then also just the work I've done with like the Brits and things like that over the years, which I watched as a kid and loved, like that was huge as well.
So cool. What's the most chaotic thing that happened off camera whilst filming a TikTok?
So I filmed a TikTok with Christina Aguilera, and I met her in this meet and greet queue for her Vegas show. And then I actually panicked, went to shake her hand. Like, who does? The picture is me going, and she's like... And then I all of a sudden said, like, it was pre-approved by the team. So I think she thought I was a fan, which I am. And then I said, oh, we're making a TikTok. It's like the whole room, like, pin drop, everyone's quiet, the glamour rushing over. What do I have to do? Like that, everything changed in that moment, and I was dripping with sweat, and I just thought,
God, that is...
and it was a sound, and the room's loud. So what I'm learning is I'm gonna stop doing sounds with
quite
celebs because
hard.
it's hard to nail.
And there's nothing worse when you haven't quite got it.
And it's not synced up because you can only really do it once.
I
Yeah,
agree.
exactly.
But yeah, that was something behind the scenes of that. There was a lot happening. It was still great and it turned out really fun.
Yeah.
But the panic of having a tripod in your pocket and having to whack it out for Christina Aguilera is just like crazy.
It's grind. Like people see the end product and think, oh, that's just a quick whatever. Like they've set it all up for you. Like you've got to do it yourself.
It's even like dealing with the managements and all the team approves,
it's
all
a
that
lot.
before that moment that people don't see online as well. Is like that's a graft, and they might on the day be like, nah,
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Okay, what's the most effort you've ever put into a video?
Specifically artists, when I meet them, I put in a lot of effort into making that happen, that moment.
Yeah.
But pretty much a lot of the stuff that I do with my family or myself is very fly on the wall, whack the phone up. I kind of like the fact that when both myself and a lot of TikTokers started doing this after lockdown was very much breaking the wall of trying to be constant perfection.
Yeah.
And even now, I've probably gone too far the other way, and on Insta, I just look a mess all the time. I wish my feed looked nice
I love
and
it, though.
stylized.
I love it.
That
But
is
it's just
TikTok,
mess.
though. It's meant to be raw. It's meant to be more like off the cuff.
Yeah.
And look, if you wanted to come to me for model shots and you know, that type of thing, you're on the wrong account. If you wanted like a blank street matcha on a concrete white table looking gorgeous, you know what I mean? You're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Because it's just mess and me and my mum looking crazy.
That's what we love.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to round off. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you for having me back.
As always,
course.
great to have you on.
Thank you, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Before we leave, we are asking you guys to do one thing. It's literally the smallest, easiest, most...
The easiest thing you could do today.
Joe, do you know what we're about to ask them?
No.
Subscribe.
Oh!
Please
easy.
tell our audience, look in that camera and tell our audience to subscribe.
Why aren't you subscribing? How are you watching this without subscribing? That's weird in itself. Subscribe.
It's really weird, actually.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.